So let's dive into that, because obviously we talked about For the Soul. I mean, it's a good one, because like I mentioned, your podcast, it touched me.
Yeah.
What are your bases?
I pretty much talk about everything. So I've been through a lot. I grew up in a blended family. I didn't have my biological father. He wasn't around. I went through drug addiction. I went through homelessness. I went through domestic violence, sexual assault, with like a family member when I was really young. And then again at 13 by a friend's older brother. And I was just in a period of depression for a very long time in my life. And I got myself out of it. Well, I give it to God, honestly. I feel like God got me through it, But I talk about all the lessons that I learned from that. And the basis of me wanting to even start the podcast was I didn't have nobody to teach me nothing. I didn't have nobody to look up to, nobody that I was like, man, can you relate with this? No one was willing to talk about deep shit like that. And so I just kind of started healing out loud and being very vocal about the things that I've been through and how I got through them, even and showing the ugly part of it. Not just like, oh, I healed and like this is, I'm better. No, showing what it was really like to get through those things. You'll probably see me cry a little bit on social media with certain topics that I'm talking about.
Real stuff.
And the point of that was, I know someone out there probably feels how I felt when I didn't have nobody, And if I could just plant them little seeds, give those little gems, and if that's going to give someone a one-up, and not have to learn shit the hard way the way I had to,
right,
then that was my way of giving back what I could, and turning that pain into purpose.
Well, that's huge, the fact that you're using your platform to kind of like give people these advices and these life lessons, because truthfully, it will come back and it'll bite them. They're going to get burnt and they're going to be like, dang, you know what? Ayme did tell me about that. I remember that podcast. You told me to do this, that, and XYZ. And then hopefully at that point, they're able to take those steps to kind of recovering or turning it around. Like, where do we find you? IG, YouTube?
IG, Spotify, video version, YouTube, Apple Podcasts.
Okay.
Pretty much all podcast platforms. And it's For the Souls podcast.
For the Souls.
For the Souls podcast. My personal page on
For like the letter for?
No, like FOR.
Okay.
For the Souls.
Did I just say the letter for? I just said the letter for.
The letter
Goddamn.
for.
Y'all know me. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what's up.
See, burnt his hand on the stove 5 times.
Right.
At least I caught it. You know what I mean?
I'm not surprised.
No, I was a little bit surprised that you guys wanted me on the podcast, because I listened to some of you guys' podcasts and I was like, oh shit, I think I'm a little different. I'm a little deep with it. But
Right.
No, we like to get deep, and stuff like that with stuff. It's just we also just like to cut up. We really, at the end of the day, this is therapy for all of us.
Yeah.
And coming from what we did, we all bounced here in the city in certain clubs and bars, and after the night was over, we just talked shit, whether it was sports, what was going on, and that's just kind of what we wanted this to be. Was just
awesome.
basically us doing that at the club after the night was over,
Yeah.
but being recorded.
Right.
So what that would
cool.
look like. So that's really all it is. We just be
Yeah.
up here talking shit.
Well, it's entertaining because I was listening to you guys' things yesterday and I was busting up laughing.
Yeah.